So yeah, hello everybody and welcome. Today we have Argama, who is a witch, and she is one of the best VTuber I know, and definitely one of my good friend. She says she's evil. She says, and I'm justice, and logically speaking, we should be fighting each other, but we have found ourselves to be have some mutual bond in terms of our interests and our well, let's call it artship. So she is definitely one of the best friends that I have as a VTuber, and I am very proud to introduce you guys to Argama. Welcome, Argama.
Hi, I'm Argama.
So, Argama, introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are and what you do exactly.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Argama Witch, and I am a witch, and I'm evil. I'm evil. And I do stuff. I do all the stuff.
All this stuff.
I play games, and I draw, and make all the magics, and
All
do
the
all of it.
potions and spells, right?
Yeah.
Especially when one you would test on Melchior from time to time.
I mean, only every once in a while.
Everyone's.
Usually, that's what my husbando's for.
Oh yeah, just to mention to the viewers, Argama is also married to James, who is also a good person. Argama is a good person who is married to a good person, so it's all good.
I'm not good. I'm evil.
So, I got a question then. Okay, how did Argama become Argama?
What? What?
Like, okay, how did
Okay, so like one day, mommy witch and daddy witch, may have had a little too much to drink, and then baby witch was born.
so basically, you are born from a witch family.
No, not really.
Mommy witch and daddy witch then?
Everyone has the ability for magic.
Ah.
It's just a matter of if you hold it and train properly with it, and then you keep it. If not, you lose it, like any other sort of skill. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Ah, I see. So it's more like a honing the skills to cultivate it.
Yeah.
Cool. So how long have you been a witch? Is it like right off from your when you were born?
Well, I remember when I was young having some abilities, but it's a lot like when you do anything else. Like, say if you're drawing, like you pick up a crayon and you just scribble on paper, and it's not art, but you're doing something, and it's kind of like that with magic. You kind of learn to do a little bit here and there, but as you get older, the more time and effort you practice and put into it, and you learn about it, and then you find those around you to mentor you, and then. Yeah.
Wait. So you have a mentor?
I mean, yeah. They're just friends, but they help me with it.
Ah, nice.
Mhm.
So that means that Argama was, your skills, your magical abilities was taught to you, and not like some witches have the abilities to like get magic straight off from scratch, is what I heard. Like but you actually have someone to teach you.
Sort of. It's
Understand.
more of to properly use it.
I see. Okay. That's cool. I hope that mentor have taught you well, so that you use it properly and not destroy villages and towns.
I mean, that's part of teaching me. I mean, I gotta learn how to destroy shit too. It's a little bit of this, it's a little bit of that. There's no good or evil. It's just an all gray area.
I hope then.
Except for me, I'm evil.
So how long have how many? Well, this is sensitive questions, I guess. Because I heard that you're like hundreds of years old.
No.
Hmm?
No, I think
Ah.
you're thinking of Mel. I'm not that
Oh, so
old.
Mel is hundreds. Hey, like Star
Mel's
Official and
hundreds of
Aiden.
years old. I'm mortal, so I mean,
Ah,
I
okay,
age like a
okay.
normal person.
So we're both fleshy people then.
Yeah, fleshy.
So, what are your powers exactly? Like, what kind of magic do you dabble in?
Creation magic,
Ooh,
mostly.
interesting.
But I do have a fondness for poisons. I don't use them too often, but I do enjoy them.
Is Mel like born of your no, not born of your magic. Like, he's a living skeleton, right? But he's hundreds of years old. Did,
Yes.
I mean, did he come from your magic?
Mm-mm.
Hmm. Also,
No, someone else already created him or risen him from the
ah.
dead. Maybe a I don't know. I did never actually ask for details. Just we just met up in a bar one day, and I was like, "All right, let's be friends." And so we were friends.
It's like, hey Mel, your resume seems good. You're gonna be my sidekick now.
Well, so he just kind of hung out with me like a puppy, and I was just like, "No, it's fine."
That's cool. So that's how, pretty much like how Mel becomes an integral part of your life. Then, like, you guys just hit it off and become friends, and just started going like, you know what? We have the same interests.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
We're both kind of evil.
Mel's evil seems to be more like meme evil though, not really like pure evil kind of way.
He's kind of more chaos.
Mm-hmm. Yes, chaos. That's it. That's indeed. That's really the best way to say it. So, since you have you've started the Council of Evil with Mel,
Hmm.
and pretty much that it's he's chaotic neutral, chaotic evil. So pretty much that when you've started the Council of Evil, but what are the plans of the Council of Evil?
Well, we kind of just go through and find things that appeal to the masses that we can use to turn against the world.
Ah, I
And we gather
see.
in more recruits and henchmen to help us take over the world, and eventually we want to steal the moon.
The plan is evil. So basically, wait, take over the moon? Wait,
And it's
what?
steal the moon. I want to own the moon. That's where my
Ah,
my power comes from. I need to own it and have it,
I
and it'll be
see.
mine.
So if you have it, then you'll have almost
Thank
unlimited
you,
power.
citizen.
Hey, Razor X Martum, thanks for
Yes.
the follow and thanks for becoming a citizen. What gender are you? Evil.
If the evil is gender, evil.
It's like, what do you define yourself with? Evil. So, world domination, is that part of the plan of the Council of Evil?
I mean, it wasn't initially part of the plan. Mel and I have discussed it, and it's either domination or destruction. But if we destroy it, then where will I live? Because I don't want to die, and
I
and
mean,
my magic's here. So I'm thinking more if we just rule it.
well, I was like
It's
thinking,
still a work in progress.
now this might be just my experience fighting a lot of villains, but I was thinking if you do destroy the world, you do have the moon to fall back on.
Yeah, but I can't absorb the energies of it if I'm living on it.
So it has to be like an exterior kind of absorption. Interesting, interesting.
I mean, that's just how it is for me, at least.
Mm-hmm. That's
My
actually
energies come from the moon and the sky, and if there is no more sky, I cannot get it on the moon because
that's true. That's true.
there is no atmosphere up there.
So it's like you can't absorb the energy in the vacuum of space.
Yes, mostly
In
because I would die.
Yeah, that's true.
I cannot breathe the non-air.
That's very true. So yeah,
And if
okay.
I'm using my magic to breathe, then I can't take the moment to meditate to absorb the magic from the moon. So therefore, I
Mm-hmm.
would have to stop using my magic to absorb the magic from the moon, but then I would die.
Ah, that is very, very interesting, and also scary.
I gotta think about. So if we ever lost the moon, then I'd be in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I don't. But then from what I know of science, if we lost the moon, the world will be in trouble.
I mean, the tides would raise, and but we
Exactly.
would have a really nifty ring around the Earth.
We would, but at the same time, I'm thinking like it won't be a livable Earth anymore.
We should still be livable.
Yeah. So, uh, what kind of coven do you have anyway? Like, because you have a coven, right? So I'm thinking like, are there multiple witches in there, or are you the only witch and the rest are henchmen that you rule over?
So there are two covens I belong to,
Hmm.
and one of them is full of witches, and the other one is not so much. They're honorary witches and mostly like henchmen and recruits.
I see. Interesting. And face Rick keeps on making me smile.
That's okay. You're just happy to see such evil.
It's like, finally, a challenge for my life.
One of these days we'll have to do a good old versus.
Yeah, an actual good versus evil fight.
Mwahaha.
So Aiden says she has true villainous aesthetic, as accelerator from Toaru put it. So I guess you have a aesthetic that's very appealing to evilness or villainy.
Ha ha ha.
That's actually pretty cool. So how is Argama's childhood like? I'm thinking like since it was you had your power since you were a child and all that, it's tumultuous and maybe challenging.
Hmm. So, yes and no, but not because of magic per se. Uh, uh, so like I did say mommy witch, daddy witch, but there is
Hmm.
no mommy witch. Uh,
Ah,
so there is magic in the world, but not many people believe in it, and therefore you don't see it much anymore. And if you have it, it tends to make others upset or jealous. And
I
therefore,
see.
I wasn't able to show off having magic as a child, and I had to keep it all to
So a little bit like Elsa from Frozen.
kind of a little
Mm-hmm.
bit.
You have to keep the powers to yourself so that there's no trouble that gets brewed up by by other people. Have you been when exactly did you first reveal your uh your abilities?
Um, Probably only really a few years ago, like publicly. I'd
Ah,
keep it secret, and like I had met some people along the way who also had some magic, and then we got to talking, and that's how I got some mentors, and nothing official by all means, but you know,
yep, yep, yep. Understandable. So
all
basically,
self-taught, which
so
I'm
basically,
self-taught evil.
yourself thought evil. So basically, there's no witch hunters after you yet or anything like that. Which is good, which is good, which is good. We do not need that. Since Argama is a good friend of mine, I do not want any witch hunters to go after you. Even though you're evil, I'm still a friend,
Man, I just
and I will
just
help
cast
you.
fireball.
Yeah, you would. So I heard that you've had some adventures in your life as a witch as well. Particularly one with a pending that I've actually interviewed last a couple of weeks ago, and he boasts the fact that he killed a hydra.
Man, Pending's a liar, and you don't listen to that little fuck. Pending did absolutely nothing to that fucking Hydra.
So it was all
Pending
Argama witch then.
summoned an innocent animal to its death and constantly let it die over and over again, while I was the one who was dropping fire upon this Hydra.
Okay. Interesting. So it's more
You
on
ask him that next time. He just sends in innocent animals, innocent Timmies.
innocent Timmies. Those are the little critters that he can conjure up with his matter replicator.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he just sends them into battle to die.
Well, maybe I'm just gonna be defending Pending for a bit. Maybe he thinks that Timmy is soulless anyway, so it's like doesn't matter if he dies or something.
I mean, it's a living animal that showed distaste in being sent back into battle after the first few times. But
So in other
pending's
words,
gotta do what pending's gotta do, I guess.
yeah. So that shows the power of Argama, where she can actually destroy a Hydra. That's
Yes,
actually
eventually.
that's actually really powerful, and I can see that if left alone, you will succeed in taking over the moon.
I'm trying.
Yep, I
I'm
might have to
trying.
stop you one of these days, but before then, we'll just continue on doing our own adventures as well.
I mean, you can try.
I can try. So Argama, your one of your powers is that you are able to conjure up virtual bodies for VTuber spirits who are either spirit either bodiless or looks to improve themselves in terms of their bodies. How do you go
Yes.
about doing such things?
It's part of the creation magic.
Ah,
It
that's
takes
pretty
a
cool.
lot of time of focusing and energies, making sure that you have the right components in order to craft the spell.
Very
But,
interesting.
eventually it gets done. It usually only takes a few days, so it's not even that bad. As long as, weather permitting. And then ta-da!
She throws keychains at them. So how does one a VTuber spirit? That's mostly what I see. Uh, milling about in the Twitterverse, get in contact with you for such for to be conjured up with a VTuber body.
Usually they just contact me. I
In
hear the little head voices.
very interesting. So basically, it's like you just tune yourself into something into a possibility of someone actually needing you and needing your powers.
Yeah.
Very.
I hear someone call out into the void being like, Argama-sama, please help me. I wish to be a virtual like the others. And then I'm like, of course, but everything comes with a price. Payment up front,
Exactly.
please.
You won't be getting it for free. There will always be your soul. Part of your soul will be in Argama's hands, I think.
Hmm.
And some part of that soul translates into cash money. So
I mean, witch don't do nothing for free.
exactly, you do need to live in the world, and the world needs money. So
Part of the soul, part of the wallet. Yep.
yeah, pretty much. So I wanted to ask, what is the future for Argama? What is the plan
Um,
other than world domination? That is.
well, besides world domination, I foresee donuts in my future, and more bodies have been calling out to me. And besides
Anything
that,
else?
besides that, I don't know.
Ah,
I've been to Salem before. I've confronted that, and I'll tell you what, it's just a righteous party now.
just righteous party. Hold on, I need to move something a bit. Yeah, you weren't. Somehow I didn't have you in center when I got the thing
Oh.
back. So anyway, yeah. So that's basically what the future is for Argama. But what else? Like, okay, I hear that you said that you and Mel are recruiting people into your Counsel of Evil, right? So
Yep.
This is not really a good idea for me to ask, but how does one go about joining the Council of Evil?
Usually they show up for a council meeting. If
Uh-huh.
they decide to interact or just agree to keep, coming to the meetings, then we, consider them a decent recruit. If they,
Ah,
help do our evil bidding,
I
a
see, I see.
henchman, and eventually, we'll go from there.
Ah, so basically, all they have to do is just get to the meeting and then be nice, pretty much.
No, we're evil.
Okay, be evil, pretty
You don't
much.
be nice. We're evil. You come to the meeting. You listen to what the overlords have to tell you.
And
And
enjoy.
then you don't be a Richard, and that's it.
Don't be a Richard. So sorry, Richards of the world, you cannot be in the Council of Evil. Yes, be evil, not an a-hole. That is exactly correct, Dark Mirror.
Yes.
So, I wanted to ask, how did you and James get together? And James is pretty much okay with your evilness?
Yes. Well, so James is actually a mad scientist, but
Hmm.
low-key mad scientist, like he's part mad scientist, part tinkerer, and like just one day I had met him in need of, someone who could assemble something together that I had mulling around in my head, and he was able to
Thank
help,
you
and
for
then,
monitoring our
got to
fair
talking,
city of
and
Virtuotopia.
you know how things happen.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Just things just hit it off. That's actually pretty cool.
Mhm.
So James is a mad scientist, but is he evil?
I mean, not really. But between you and me, he's kind of a nihilist, but I don't fault him for that. He supports me in what I want to do, and that's
Mm-hmm.
that's good enough.
That's actually all you need. I mean, it doesn't have to.
Supports my evil ways.
Yep, yep, yep. I mean, that's what you really need in a relationship. Support. The best things is
Mm,
support.
yes, support and communication.
Exactly. So there has been certain how to say troublemakers in Argama's past that you've actually dealt with pretty swiftly and professionally. I believe professionally. So I just wanted to ask: do these thoughts of troublemakers, future troublemakers, trouble you? Like, do these thoughts of like future troublemakers bring you, like anxiety in terms of can you sleep thinking, oh man, there's gonna be more troublemakers in the future, or something like that?
Hmm. I normally try not to think about the troublemakers, mostly because as much as I am evil, I do have a line I don't like to cross, but those
Mm.
troublemakers sometimes make me want to cross that line.
Ah, I understand.
There's like evil, and then there's
There's just
what what's the
annoyingness.
other word I'm looking for?
Crazy.
Not no, more evil.
More evil.
More evil. You have evil, and then you have evil. Not evil, but I'm not evil.
Diabolical is a nice way to say it.
No, not diabolical. I'm more diabolical. I'm more on
Ah.
that end. More like that kind of thing. This is more, like, insensitive, not caring about consequences, will destroy the universe and all that other just because.
Just because like
Just,
there's no no, not context. There's no reasoning behind it. Yeah, that part. That
yeah.
yeah, those kind of evil are not something that I can support at all. I mean, I don't support evil, but at the same time, I'm friends with you, but I would
Mhm.
never support an evil that's, yes, morally unethical. Thank you, Cipher. Though, generally
Yeah.
evil is not morally ethical in the first place, so
Yeah, so sometimes I'm on the evil side, but when I deal with the bad people,
Mm-hmm.
they kind of bring out the evil side.
The evil side.
The side that I don't control too well.
Yep, 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 yep.
The
There's
side that'll smite the people.
just pretty much like chaotic, but not in well, actually chaotic is not good in general. Chaotic
Hmm.
in a way that's just like no reasoning, without villainous
I guess it would be like
aesthetic.
going from neutral evil to chaotic evil
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
in a
That's
sense.
yeah. It's understandable. Those are always the ones that just brings me a lot of trouble as a superhero as well. Where I try to mete out justice as best as I can, and those kind of evil is always the one that, actually gives me a lot of heartache. I guess that's the best way to say it.
I mean, I hope you're not considering like your brothers, any of them, even evil, because he's actually not chaotic evil.
No, no, no. Shadow's not even evil. He's just naughty. He's just a naughty person.
Oh yeah, naughty children go in the closet.
There is a shed in the compound for those kind of people. That's interesting. By the way, that's husbando right there. Hey, husbando.
Yeah, this is James Bond right there.
Yeah. So, I gotta ask while he's here, is there a reason why his nickname is Chained Bug?
Yeah, he's lazy.
Okay, that's a
Auto generated laziness.
I actually thought there was actually an actual origin behind that.
No, no, auto generated laziness.
So, okay, I'm guessing that you are based mostly in the Americas, right? But,
Correct.
but, in terms of your virtualness, do you have like your own, world or your own uh, little nook in the virtual world where where you stay? That's not exactly in the real world itself. In
Only the coven,
yes,
which is the second coven, because I had mentioned that I had two covens.
yep.
So I have the coven in the virtual world, which is more of the hangouts, more of the Counsel of Evil's lair, if you will.
Ah, where exactly
And
is
then
that? I mean, I'm just asking. I'm not trying to trying to destroy it or anything. Nothing to do with that.
the coven,
Yeah.
we're everywhere, son.
Interesting. I mean, I'm just
We've
asking.
infiltrated everywhere. There might even be some here in your chat.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
The carbon has infiltrated Virtutopia. Wait, I shouldn't be laughing at that. So yes, talking about that, you have ingrained yourself into the VTuber community as as a very important figure. The Argama the Witch is known by so many people, and as sort of not really a soundboard, but sort of like someone that they would go to when they have some troubles. How do you feel about that as a witch?
I mean, I'm kind of okay with it. If I can use my magic to like, I'm gonna say help people, but really it is to get them upon my side. Gotta everything I do, there's an evil undertone to it.
I see. That's scary. And now I just have one more thing to ask you before we go to audience questions. All right?
Welcome,
Oh
ally
wow,
of
I was just about to.
justice.
Hey, Argama, thanks for gifting the sub to Beep Beep Boop and making him an ally of justice. Every sub you give is actually making them into an ally of justice.
Well, I just need more in your corner. I need them to
Oh,
report back to me.
oh, This is actually like integrating your coven into Virtuotopia. So yeah, what was my question? Hold on. I just want to have one question I want to say. Argama,
Yes.
happy early birthday, and I hope that the days to come will be fruitful and wonderful for you. And congratulations on getting through collab week with other VTubers. We really appreciate all that you do for the community, and you are seriously one of the best there is out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the
And
wishes. You make me very sus.
oh yeah, and then one other thing I wanted to ask: since you got through collab week, pretty much that how do you feel now?
Tired.
Tired, but I think you did
Collabing
pretty
is
good.
exhausting.
It is exhausting. I know. I've done a lot myself, but you did pretty good because it was an enjoyable week. I watched you the whole time trying to see if you were like trying to recruit these VTubers into evil, and some of them did. But
Don't worry, don't worry. When we start recruiting, you'll know.
yeah, and we even hunted Bigfoot together. That was quite
You'll know.
interesting. You'll know. So yep.
Yes.
I wanted to thank you so much for all that you've done with the community, Argama. You've been a great person, and you've been really, really. Um, I'm just gonna come and say it. You've been a really good friend. Thank you so much.
Stop flattering me so much. I mean, as an evil overlord, I kind of appreciate when like my subjects flatter me, but as someone who is of just and righteousness, I'm kind of a little sus. I'm just saying.
It's as a I wouldn't be lying because I'm all about justice anyway, so it's all good. But now we are going to let the floor open the floor. I mean, open the floor for questions from the audiences. Any questions do you guys have for Argama Witch? Argama the Witch, I mean.
Come on,
we, we gotta wait for the stream to catch up a bit.
oh.
Oh, actually, there was a question at the beginning of the stream. The waiter brings you both water with no cups. Do you accept? Lexstar Official asks.
Oh, a waiter brings me water with no cups.
Both water, brings me and you both water with no cups. Do you accept? Well, I don't know how
Yes.
he brought it. How he brought it in the first place, though. Does he bring it in like a pitcher? If he brings it in the pitcher, then yeah, I accept. Since we can just like use the pitcher, I can just put a straw in the pitcher anyway.
Welcome, ally of justice.
Oh wow, Argama, five more recruit into
Welcome, ally of justice.
into Virtuotopia. You're really integrating these people into.
I gotta get some more
these
of my guys in
pies.
there.
Welcome, ally of
I get some of my guys
justice.
in there.
Are they spies? If I know they're spies though, that's the right question there.
Welcome, ally of
Oh,
justice.
Only crap. I got come on that. As long as they bring me back
Welcome,
information,
ally of
yes.
justice.
Okay. Yeah. First question that we got from Fang Inukai. How big is your wardrobe? Yes, you do. You do change your clothes quite a lot, quite a sum.
I mean, unlike most people, I want to wear different clothes. I don't stick with just one outfit. I'm not judging you or anything, Asu.
Hey, I have
But
different
like,
outfits.
I like to change my clothes.
I have different
Sometimes I need to
outfits.
wash this one and I put on another one, and sometimes I want to feel comfy, sometimes formal.
I mean, sometimes I don't wear my cape. It's fine.
I mean, sometimes you go around tooting, but you know.
That is very true. I don't even know how you got that one. And you even got the size of the elephant right.
Which ones? All three of them?
All three of them. Yeah, I am not in liberty to say which ones. It could be any one of them. It could be all of them. So, another question. How do you cast Fireball using the moon?
I don't use the moon to cast Fireball. I cast Fireball. I use the moon to recharge my energies.
So basically, if you use so when you cast the fireball, you using energy from inside you, right?
Yes.
Is that like stamina or is it just mana? I never really understood what mana is per se.
I guess it's kind of like magical stamina.
Is it like a life
Is-
force? It's not a life force.
It's kind of more like, you know how you have energy to do stuff during the day, and if you don't eat enough food, you kind of drag, and you don't have the energy to do anything, and you get more energy once you eat. It's kind of like that, except instead of eating, I absorb it from the moon.
I
the sky.
see. I see. That actually makes a lot of sense because Justice actually uses his life force to stay awake and not sleep. is is there any particular reason? Justice might not live forever though. Is there any particular reason why you lean more towards creation magic?
It's just the type of magic I was born with.
Ah, so it's not like
It was more of the magic that I'm in tuned with.
and I think you have a good what do you call that? Good grasp of creation magic, as can be seen from your VTuber conjuring. They are really really good, by the way.
Thank you. More practice, more, you know, the better they become.
So Beep Beep Boo is saying, should I try to one up Argama? Are you trying to be a witch too, Beep Beep Boop?
No, he's going to try to gift more subs, but
Ah.
you gotta realize, Beep Beep Boop, I am currently in the #1 spot. You wouldn't want to take that away from me now, would you? As your evil overlord?
City.
As your
But then
evil-
again, you're on somebody else's channel, so you can do whatever you want.
Okay, Battlecourt says that he might hire you to conjure up his VTuber body. That's interesting.
That's
So
possible.
hey, Battlecourt, if you wish to do that, welcome to the VTuber side of the community.
Yeah.
Razor X Mortem, wait, am I a spy? I'd be a horrible spy. I get stuck on the roof.
You'll just have to spy from above.
Yeah. What's your level in? What's your magic level at? Aiden says because his or her, I don't know, he, she. Aiden's 15.
My magic level is somewhere in the mid-30s.
Ah, interesting. If I ever have a magic level, it'll be 41. What is the current timeline of the moon procurement? Oh wait, hold on. Bibu say, what's your level in RuneScape? Wait, RuneScape? What's that?
It's RuneScape.
What's RuneScape?
Game, I think, right?
Is it a game? Oh, okay.
I don't know. I've heard people mention it before.
I've never went to RuneScape. So, what is...
Hanavi, you're now a spy for me. You gotta spy on AC for me.
So, what is the current timeline of the moon procurement project asked by Husbando?
Look, we don't talk about that in front of Justice.
I don't mind. I mean, I'm not trying to foil the plans or anything.
Look. That's between me, Mel, and Shadow Asu. This has nothing to do with you.
That's it. Wait, Husbando is a mad scientist, so I'm guessing that he can actually create a machine that could actually aid you in the moon procurement
Thank you
project.
for monitoring our fair
I mean,
city
either
of
that or
Virtutopia.
death lasers. I kind of like it when he makes death lasers.
Okay. Battlecore is asking, is that a scar on your brow? And if so, how did you get it? Every scar has a story. No, I think that's just a shade.
Wait, what scar?
I think it's the shade that you have between the brow and that leads towards the nose. It's just the
my shading.
yeah, that's just a shading.
My shadow of my
Evil
on my
self.
face.
Yeah.
That's just shadow.
It's just a shadow. So Fang says if you do, that means you will be recruited. What was that? If you do what?
Welcome,
doesn't matter.
ally of justice.
Hey, that's
There
a
you
lot of
go.
yellow. Oh wait, beep beep boop.
Beep, beep.
Thank you for
Welcome,
giving
ally
out
of
five
justice.
gifts. Okay.
Welcome, ally
Aiden
of
says that
justice.
apparently RuneScape is the most classic of MMORPG. It's like 2005
Welcome,
when it
ally
came out.
of justice.
Well, I wouldn't know. I never visited that world.
Welcome, ally of justice.
I
that's
I
a
don't play
lot of-
MMOs.
Yeah, that's true. So, any more questions from the chat? Because if not, I can have some ending questions before we end this the interview. Chatto. Sorry, did I say chat? I meant
Yeah.
audience. Marble stream when. Ooh, Battlecore is asking, what are your thoughts of science? That's actually a really good question.
I mean,
You married a
some
scientist.
believe that magic is just science that you don't understand yet.
Ooh, interesting way to say that. You did marry a scientist as well, so I'm guessing that your thoughts on science is pretty much, you like them, you love them.
I mean, I like science too.
Yep.
I like science. I like magic.
And the
I like it all.
And I've heard in some how do you say beliefs that a combination of science and magic can be one of the most dangerous thing in the world.
That's why I'm evil.
And that's why the combination of Argama and James is one of the most dangerous but most unified in the world. It's beautiful, really. Kind of sweet.
Oh.
So, how many licks does it take to get the scent of a Tootsie Pop?
635.
Oh, that's a lot, actually. I'd get really super tired if I have to lick something for 635 times.
Nobody licked it. They just sucked on a Tootsie Pop and then crunch.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, actually, I do lick it though before I start crunching them. Well, I am a scientist, yet I've seen magic with my own eyes, and I know it's real.
Welcome, ally
That's really
of
good to know.
justice.
Wow, another gift. Beep beep boop. You might want to slow down a bit. Ooh, woo. Razor X Mortem. I like to use both. I like to use both science and magic to make new ways to cut pita bread. Ah, that's actually a good point. Argama, from what I know, bakes, right?
Yes.
Do you ever use magic to make it bake faster?
No. I don't. It doesn't taste good when you use magic to make things go faster.
Oh, really? Well, how come it doesn't taste good? Like, is it because of the mana energy?
It's not so much it doesn't taste better, but you're not putting yourself into it like you would normally. So there's baking magic, but I don't have baking magic. My friend has baking magic, the one that I'm in a coven with.
I see.
I don't have that. I have creation magic. It's a little different. So if I use my magic, it's not going to taste the same. You're not going to be able. It won't taste as good. It almost be like getting it from a factory instead of a home cooked meal.
I
It'll
see.
just be kind of like bland and
processed meats.
mass produced. Yeah.
That's not gonna be good. But since you have creation magic, is there any way you can just create food?
Yeah. Well, I can create the plants.
Okay.
And I can use magic to create the food. It's just not gonna taste good.
Yeah, that's
Because I
true.
don't have the baking cooking magic.
So basically, you need to have the. Is it a knowledge thing? Like anyone can acquire baking magic, or is it like one has to be born with it?
No, anyone can acquire it. It just depends on. Think of it of where you want to put your skill point.
Ah, I see.
Whatever is you're drawn to, and whatever you pull your energy from is usually kind of. If you pull your energies from food, then chances are you have baking magic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean like witches actually can pull energies from different things in terms of elements and even food?
Yeah.
So
Everything has an energy to it, and it just depends on how you're going to obtain your energies or where you're going to pull your energies from.
Interesting. So if I were to pull my energy from, say, technology, from machines, that would make me a technomancer in a sense?
Yeah, in a sense. You would be a technology witch.
I see. That's pretty cool. I wonder what kind
Although
of witch.
surprisingly, there are not many of those.
Since I take energy from my life force, am I a life witch? Interesting. Since you did say like
Uh,
everyone has the ability to actually,
they do, but if you pull from yourself and only yourself, you'll end up killing yourself really quickly.
oh, but then I replenish my energy with a lot of food. So
Oh, well, it's a different type of energy.
that's true.
It's like diesel and gasoline. They don't really mix. You can't really interchange them all that well.
That's true. That's very true. So okay, magic. I leave my friend to Carol Farlgran. Oh yeah, Belcourt has a friend named Carol Farlgran, which surprisingly is only available on only appears on the YouTube district and not the Twitch district. And his people, the Draconians. Kind of reminds me of beep beep boop boop. Beep beep boop beep. Just made a mountain. I think I saw some question. Here we go. Hanabi-chan, Argama, were you ever asked to be a part of any of the Harry Potter movies? Oh, good question. That's a good question.
No, they're movies, and I'm not an actor.
But what maybe did you were you ever asked like to advise them or something?
No, when the movies came out, I had not come out as a witch yet.
No revelation yet. But when you watch those movies, did you go like, we're not like that? It wouldn't be like that. Did you go stuff like that? Like,
No, it's there's
'cause-
some of it that's in there that's not inaccurate. There's a lot that is inaccurate,
mhm.
but they get some things right. And you gotta realize that it's fantasy. You just gotta.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like watching a Disney movie and being like, well, I mean, this is all wrong. This movie.
That's true. Because I heard that J.K. Rowling can be a hack sometimes. What are your thoughts on Beep Beep Boop is asking? What are your thoughts on Jello bathtubs?
You gotta talk to Mel on his fucking weird fetish. I don't deal with that shit.
That'll
That's
be
his fetish. I don't touch that.
that might occur if I ever get Mel to in this interview on Hero Talk, maybe future episode. Okay, Aiden asks. Okay, we are almost 3 minutes to the end of Hero Talk. I'll let the chat put in a few more questions and all that. If they want to give any more questions, there's a question from Aiden. My best magic is illusion magic. How else do you think people rarely ever notice me except you? Oh, that's kind of sweet.
Aww. I don't know. That sounds sad.
It's sad and sweet in the same time.
I think Aiden is just is kind of a little quiet and maybe kind of jumps into big crowds, and sometimes it's hard to hear your voice if you're yelling with a bunch of other people yelling.
Yep. But he's been known to be more vocal these days, from what I see inside your Counsel of Evil meetings and stuff. Oh,
Yes.
here's an interesting one from Husbando. The methodologies of the different schools of magic have been honed over generations to harness the particular properties of the various energies available. Using the wrong energy and the wrong rituals would be like using a hammer to paint a portrait. You are going to get nowhere the results you want, and only wind up with a huge mess. Husbando, have you been reading Argama's journals again?
I mean, I have a few tomes and a few magic books kicking around, spell books and stuff.
He's pretty much just like, let's see what new things I can read today.
But he knows. We talked.
That's good to know then. Magic works differently with everywhere it exists, but the aspect goddess of magic Vidra can command and control all magic. That's who's Vidra?
I don't know.
Huh?
I
That's
my
interesting.
my goddess is from the moon, and at one point I was gonna take her place, but then I turned it down when it was causing issues.
Wow, that's actually amazing. What issues did it cause for you to turn down such a prestigious positioning for a witch?
You remember when we talked about those people who were kind
Oh,
of getting me going
right.
that evil?
Right. I think I know now. I think I totally know now. The experiments did
I
not
tried
go
it out
well.
for a little
That's
while. I
gross.
kind of liked it, but then I was like, you know what? I don't want this kind of like stigma attached to it, and it was like bringing negativity to my followers, and therefore I relinquished it back to my goddess. And then
Wait, you're a Counsel of Evil, and
yeah,
you don't want your followers to have negativity. Isn't that a bit contradictory?
um, a little bit. But I see, I protect my own.
Ah, that's actually
So
pretty
they
good.
are my own now. So therefore I protect them. They're under my protection. Because I
Ah,
look out for those who look out for me.
see,
You come do my bidding, and you have my protection.
that's actually pretty good. Yeah, evil positivity. Thank you, Mercury. That's actually a really good way to say it. Okay, last question from Aiden. What are your thoughts on Hecate, the Greek goddess of magic?
I mean, it's all the mythologies are the same. Like all the goddesses of magic. There's a goddess for every faction of magic, not just one overseer.
Yeah, I heard
So
that in Greek.
Hecate sticks with like the Greek mythologies and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I heard in Greece there's even like what do you call that? A god of apples, apples of all things.
I mean, sure.
Yeah. Oh, I actually wanted to end it, but then Mekrin have a question that he must ask. If it's not asked, Mekrin won't be Mekrin. Have you met Merlin the Dong Wizard?
No, I don't know who Merlin the Dong Wizard is. Please impart unto me who is the Dong Wizard.
Yes, I want to know before we end this. Who is the Dong Wizard, Mekrin? Mekrin, by the way, is a hobo lord. Is mafia boss, hobo mafia boss. For those in chat who wants to know. So Meki,
The mafioso.
I really want to know who's the Dong Wizard. I thought that was
You thought
Asus
that was-
Toot form. I am not a Dong Wizard. I am not in tune with my magic.
He's an elephant wizard. He goes toot toot.
I apparently channel my energy from elephants. Merlin's too busy getting kicked by Fu. But anyway, that was great, Argama, and I want to thank Argama for being here, for accepting my invite to be interviewed by Justice, even though Justice and Evil, it doesn't really mix, but but we've shown that we can still be good friends even though
I mean, as
we're
long as
different.
you stay in your neck of the woods and I stay in my neck of the woods, there hasn't been any issues yet.
Exactly. Like I've mentioned in the past, Virtuotopia is where my jurisdiction is. So if we stick around our areas, we're not gonna do any battles yet. I have my plans and list, McKinnon. I will announce who's next when I do my schedule later on. But yes, I want to thank Agama for coming. I want to thank the chat as well for sticking around with me. Thank you so much for listening to me, interviewing Argama and getting to know Argama better. Again, yes, 1 hour till her birthday, which is why it's I still have to wish her a happy early birthday. I should have scheduled this at 11 so that we can actually wish her a happy birthday instead.
It's fine.
All right, everybody. I want to give a happy early birthday wish to Argama. I will be there with you as we eat donuts together. And
Yay, donut.
again, congratulations on getting through collab week. It couldn't be easy, and I am glad that this interview is the finisher for your collab week. Thank you so much, Argama.
Wait. I don't know if that's true. You know that might not be true.
I know. But still, I'm just gonna count it anyway.
You know what? You can count it as that because I guess technically, tomorrow would be the start of a new week if you
Yep.
start your weeks on Sunday.
Exactly. So I'm gonna count it. Thank you very much for coming, everyone, and I hope you all enjoy the future citizens. Till next.